Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to A Ship Called Relation. Coming up, we're going to be talking about those pet peeves in your relationship. What does your significant other do that just drives you crazy? Plus, we're also going to talk about how to relight the fire in a dull relationship. And this week's Sink or Swim story is written by a 40-year-old woman who's unhappily married, mother of 3, and started dating her 19-year-old boyfriend when he was only 17. We're going to dish on that right now on A Ship Called Relation. Oh boy, thank you for joining us as always. I'm Jason Galka. Brittany, Kelly, and Desiree are back with me today, and we are diving headfirst into Sink or Swim this morning because we have a story like no other. I swear you can't make this stuff up. And every week the stories get bigger and better. This week a woman wrote in saying that she is unhappily married of 10 years. She has 3 daughters. And by the way, I did my own little research since it came through Facebook. I was able to do my own investigating. Her children are all under the ages of 10. And her 19-year-old boyfriend, she started seeing when he was only 17.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so let's dish. She's 40. Okay, she's 40, so she's been unhappy for 10 years. And she met the guy at her daughter's softball game, and he was there for his little brother. Now, point of her story is that she wants to let everybody know that love does not acknowledge age. Right. And that as soon as she met him, they had this instant connection, and they started dating, and 2.5 years later, they're still together. And you know how I have confirmation on that is because she sent this story to me via Facebook. So of course I have her name, and I can just click her profile, and there's profile pictures of the 2 of them together.
And she's still
married? Her and the
married?
boyfriend, and she's still married.
And the husband doesn't?
And the husband does not know.
What does he think? Is it like...
No one's told him? Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Apparently not. Yeah. So my question to her is, if she's out there watching, is what are you doing?
Oh my God.
And my second question is, if you're going out on dates still and you're ordering a glass of wine, what is he ordering? A chocolate milk?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
really, he's not. Maybe he's 20 now, because if they met 2.5 years ago at 17, he's maybe 20 years old now. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
It looks like a mother and son going out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's creepy. I don't like it at all.
What do we think about this?
I am so creeped out by it. Sorry.
Take a deep breath, grab some water.
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm just thinking of it like role reversal.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a 17-year-old girl with a 40-year-old man, that wouldn't be okay.
No, not at all.
No.
No, it'd be all over his image.
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of shocking. I mean, I did do a little research too. I mean, in New York State, 17 is legal age of consent. So even though 18 is technically legal, 17, it is a legal age of consent. So I don't believe she can get into any trouble for it. But still, what does a 40-year-old woman have in common with a 19-year-old?
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely
Really?
nothing. I can't see them having some crazy connection.
But she claims to have some kind of connection, and so mature for his age for being 17. Although I did not know his age at the time, I assumed he was older. It wasn't long before word got out and it almost cost me everything. Well, yeah.
How is she concerned with it costing everything if she's putting it all over her
Social
profile
media.
pictures and social media?
Yeah, exactly. So people on her Facebook can see and know exactly what's going on. I mean...
At no point does she think this is wrong to do to her kids and her husband.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's my biggest thing. Okay, sure, love doesn't have an age or whatever, and you think that you're compatible with the 17-year-old. That's fine. Good for you. But, however, think about your family and your husband. You're being extremely selfish, in my opinion, and extremely inconsiderate of your family. Like, where's your values? Where's your family values?
She claims to still stay with her husband for her kids' sake, but Greg, as she puts quote unquote, and I are still seeing each other. My point is love, and love doesn't acknowledge age. Hope you can understand, and I'm open to advice if you have. She signs it anonymous for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I mean, her kids' sake, I mean, they're what, 10 and under, you said?
Yeah, at least.
I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time until they're on social media It's happening younger and younger these days. And my little cousin is 9, and she has an Instagram, and she's on that stuff. She gets on there and sees that. You're not really worried about your children then. I don't know.
No.
It's just...
And she's from right here on Long Island. I mean, sometimes we get because we post on social media all the time, so we get people from everywhere that see the show. But this is right here in our own backyards, and
that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, do you guys kind of remember the story from way back when? It was several years ago. It was a school teacher that was hooking up with one of her students. Right. It's almost like that situation.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Do you really think this kid loves you?
No.
Come on. Why do you think he's with you?
Yeah.
Because it's like the cool phase.
Yeah.
What 17-year-old boy doesn't want to like hook up with like a cougar? You know what I mean? That's not gonna last. Like,
once he gets into college or hits 21 when he's legally able to go to the bars.
News. Literally, you're literally old news. I'm sorry, no offense, but let's be real. This kid is not going to stay with you.
I mean, do you think it's like a midlife crisis? Do women go through midlife crises?
Yes.
Yeah, you think that's what it could be? We're used to men doing it.
You still got it, and I mean, she's unhappy with her husband, so maybe she wasn't getting attention, and
I'm sure this kid thinks like, oh my gosh, this older woman likes me. Like, I must be so cool.
She's stable. She has this. She has that.
She's probably buying him things. It's like, yeah, you're right. Maybe his mommy issues.
Probably makes him lunch in the morning.
And then in 10 years, he's going to be 30.
Yeah.
And she's going to be 50, pushing 60.
Yeah, that's
I mean, as the clock goes on, I mean, it's going to be worse for her than for him. He's going to be blossoming into a man, and she's going to be, you know, getting a cane and a walker.
Yeah.
Like a sugar mama to him, you know what I mean, right now? He just, you know, he gets to brag about it to his friends, and if she doesn't think the word's going to get out just from his friends, we've been in a similar situation, the word gets out to your friends.
Well, now you're putting it on a nationwide web series show, so it's out there. Thank you for trusting me, though, because obviously when you write me through Facebook, I have your name, I have your photos, I have everything about you. But I respect our viewers, and we'll keep that a secret. So anything else we want to talk about with this story? I just feel like at 19 and 20, you don't really know what love is.
No.
You know, he's not in love with her.
No, not at all.
No.
You know,
and he's infatuated.
Exactly.
He's cool. It's a thrill for right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have a husband, and apparently he's sticking by your side. So, man up and tell him, or...
Get some counseling.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't think in the long run it's not going to be good for your family.
I think you need to see someone.
Talk
about what's going on
in your head.
And come clean to your family.
Yeah, come clean. Visit our Summer Secret show next year. Okay, so let's vote. I know what the vote is, but rules of the game. We're sinking that ship. And also, I think it's one of those days we got to bring out the boot.
Yeah,
if her husband finds out, she needs the boot. I'm wearing boots today, too. So give her the boot. All right. Good luck to everybody involved. Okay, so moving on, what we're talking about today is kind of sparking that flame in a dull relationship. And I know sometimes we all hit a little bit of a lull in our relationship. We move in with our guy or our girl, and then you see each other every day. We have somebody brand new that's moving in with her boyfriend on Monday.
Big news.
Yeah, this is breaking news. It is. How do you feel about it?
I cried last night.
Tears of joy, I hope.
I called him. I was like, I don't know. I think I'm getting cold feet. He's like, you can't. You signed the lease.
Oh my gosh.
No, but it's like, it's exciting, but you know, it's sad to like, I live with my parents, and me and my mom are close, and I don't want to leave her. She'll be so lonely, and I told him last night, I was like, I don't want this to ruin our relationship. Like, this could potentially make or break us. And, you know, I just cried because I was like nervous.
Yeah.
It's a big step.
It's huge.
It is a big step.
But my best friend's also moving in, so it's like the Three's Company.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so, all right.
It's like baby steps to actually.
That's a good move.
So I take this is your first time moving out and being on your own officially. Wow, but that's exciting though. I loved it. When I was
gonna cry again.
Don't cry. I couldn't wait to get out of the house and have my independence. You know, because moms are great, but let's face it, when you're living with them, I mean, you know, what time are you coming home? And I don't know. I don't care. You know, like it's, you can do whatever you want. So
it all kind of fell together finally, and it's happening.
Yay!
Well,
I'm
next
so happy
Wednesday we'll have a recap.
Yeah, we're going to follow up with that.
Yeah,
we should follow you with cameras.
The big move.
The big move,
Brittany's first day.
Tuesday will be the official first day. But that's exciting, though. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Good. So, like, I mean, what do you guys do, like, as far as, like, rekindling a flame? Do you ever hit, like, a lull in the relationship? What do you do?
screaming him.
And he buys her flowers.
Yeah, I get flour. Now, we talk. I tell him. I just be really honest with him when I talk. Or I just hint at things. I'm like, you haven't taken me out in a while, and if you don't, then I will go out with my friends or somebody else.
Good communication.
No, yeah,
I love the way you put it.
Yeah, I have to, you have to communicate, but you also have to be kind of like, just be lighthearted about it. Like, don't be so, like, you haven't taken me out. Don't start a fight over it. Just say, I really wish we can go out. Or if you really wanted to spice things up, my friend, actually, the girl that I'm going to be living with, she and her boyfriend, she's trying to, like, try new things to kind of spark their relationship and get him to kind of take the initiative of doing nice things for her and together. And so she's been, like, sending him little things to his work and, like, surprises or, like, writing him cards. And I think that's so cute.
Oh,
and
that
so
is
she
cute.
thinks, that if she puts, like, steps up and does little things, sweet things, then he might reciprocate it. So I'll let you guys know if that works.
Okay.
But communication.
That's
And try new things.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you live together. I mean, John and I have been living together 2.5 years, and sometimes we hit, not rough patches, I don't want to say that because that's too strong, but you hit like that lull and you're comfortable because you see each other all the time, and you've gone from like, sharing the bathroom and like your cute little boxers and being all flirtatious to like, can you get out of there because I need to get in there kind of thing, and it's like, all right, let's step back and let's, let's go on a date. Yeah, you get comfortable. So it's so important, and my number one tip is plan a date night, rekindle that
Get
first
a hotel,
day.
Like, why not? Or,
That's always really fun. It
well, that's what I want to do for my birthday, which is 2 months from today.
Hint, hint. John. I always say try to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Like, maybe you cook dinner every night. Maybe you cook dinner in something a little more risque. So when he comes home, like, do something you would normally do.
Things.
Yeah, little things.
It'll
Leave a
start
note
like a
for
chain
him in the
reaction.
morning, like by the bed or in his jeans pocket if he's wearing them to work.
When we were first together, we were always doing that little things together, and we kind of need to get back into it as we're talking about it now. But it's like, it was nice to wake up and see like a little, oh, I love you, I'll miss you today, and see you tonight. And it's like, it's put such a big smile on your face, and it's like, you could be having the worst morning, and then it just totally does a 360 with that.
And then it makes you want to do something back, so then it becomes like a back and forth, and all of a sudden, 2 months later, everything's back to normal,
Yeah,
get a new relationship again.
It's hard to keep that fire all the time when you're living together, so that's why we're so excited to like follow you and see how you're gonna do with this. Like, I'm waiting for next Wednesday's show already.
Well, Monday we just start moving our stuff in, so it's actually next week that we'll officially, I think, be living there. But it could be Tuesday, Wednesday. I really don't know. So it's like we have a week to kind of.
Yeah, I'm putting you in my notes.
Scary.
Okay, so with also having lulls in relationships and living together, there are times when your significant other just wants to pull their hair out for a variety of reasons. I'm one of those people, and John is too, I'm sure. We're all, can be difficult to live with at times. So what are some things that Evan does, for instance, that just makes you want to pull your hair out?
Whoa.
Well,
do you have that many? Because I'll go to Kelly.
Yeah, go to Kelly and let me think about this.
Kelly, what about you and Rob?
I don't know. I mean, I know for me, for him, it's me leaving the lights on. I'm terrible with leaving the lights on. Like, I leave them on all the time, and I'm really bad with that, and I get yelled at a lot for that. And for me, it's taking cups and bringing them to the kitchen, and then putting them next to the sink, instead of in the sink or in the dishwasher.
John does that.
You're
with
already
the forks and
there.
spoons.
You're there. You're in the kitchen.
I can see the anger that's coming.
Yeah, because it's like you're there.
You're turning
dishwasher
red.
is right there. Oh, makes me so mad. But it does. It does make me really mad.
Yeah.
It's like one of those
are
things.
little things.
The joys of living with your boyfriend. Get ready, honey.
He does do one thing that
But you'll do things too that'll annoy him, and I know it. I openly admit the lights are
I'm maddening,
an issue.
and I'll totally
I go
admit
into
it.
a room, I turn the light on, 2 seconds later I walk out.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I can't remember to turn it off. I'm sure it drives him crazy, but...
I'm a Devo. I'll totally admit to it. I drive John crazy all the time. But the feeling is mutual, because this is what he'll do. He'll go in and take something like a snack with a fork and a spoon, and my counter will be clean because I'm a very neat freak, actually. It's one thing maybe people don't know about me is I'm OCD and I'm a psycho with the vacuum. But he'll go into the kitchen, eat a snack with a fork or a spoon, and rest the dirty spoon right on the clean counter. And then I go in there and I'm pulling it off of the counter, and now I have a sticky spot. It's like, really? You're right there. put it into the sink.
Exactly.
Things like that drive me crazy.
It's less than a foot
Yeah.
away. It's not
Yeah.
gonna kill you. I don't know.
Okay, so a couple things that annoy me.
Just a couple.
That I can think of off the top of my head. When he like will shave his beard, he'll leave like the little
hair.
hairs all over the sink
It's disgusting.
and stuff, and that really. And he says it's his brother because like it's his family's house right now, but I know it's him.
You'll find out.
And I know, and that's not happening. And he has a really messy room, and I'm like OCD. Like I like everything in its
Oh my God,
place.
I am crazy.
I like a clean room, and that worries me a lot.
Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of cleaning, trust me. Take it from somebody
he
that's...
is. I'm not handling that. He can. We have big walk-in closets, so all of his stuff needs to stay in the closet if he's going to
Yeah.
make a mess.
Make a
That's-
mess in the closet. So
Yeah,
you can close the door.
exactly. That's fine with me. So
Desiree,
that's
what
it.
about you?
Well, along with that, I dated a guy once, and he would try on a bunch of different shirts or clothes, clean clothes, and it would all end up on the floor. So then at the end of the day, he had a wad of clothes that were all clean, but he'd put them back in the washing machine. and
what
I'd
a
have to
waste.
wash them again and fold them again.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, it's all clean. Well, we don't know which one's clean, which one's dirty. I don't know which ones I tried on. I'm like, if you take it off, just hang it back up.
Yeah.
No, just a whole mound of clothes, and that drives
You know what
me
I would have done if I were
crazy.
you? I would have just hung them all back up and said,
I don't know which one's clean or
Yeah.
dirty.
You can stink today.
That drives me
I had
nuts.
something that I did to my ex. Speaking of that, I used to have an ex that would come home and leave his dirty laundry on the floor. Now, meanwhile, I have a hamper in the bedroom. I've always had a hamper in the bedroom for dirty clothes. Even now with John, they don't end up in the hamper, but it's okay. I love them. So what this other guy used to do, he used to leave them on the floor, and I got so tired of picking them up off the floor because he worked in like construction type work, so they were like filthy. I took them, and we had a house together, so I took them and I threw them out the window, and I said, you could either pick them up off the lawn and hope before the dog gets to them, or you could put them in the hamper. Well, don't you know, that cured the whole situation, and they started going into the hamper since that day forward. It's so good. So a little
funny.
tip for you girls out there, if he's leaving his clothes on the floor, throw them outside. He could pick them up off the lawn and hope he gets to them before the dogs do.
That's what my mom does.
Does she really?
Yep. I've done it to my brother too because it bothered me.
Yeah.
Just throw
Oh
them
my
all
gosh,
outside.
it's so crazy. Well, I did take a little audience poll this past week on what drives people crazy in their relationship, and I discovered that 30% of boyfriends' husbands leave their dirty dishes in the sink or dirty laundry on the floor. Whereas 50% say they are tired of their significant other leaving the empty toilet paper roll on the rack, and the new TP is on the back of the toilet. That is the #1 complaint, coming in
Really?
at 50%.
Just reach around and fix
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something Johnny is guilty of as well. And the last 20% say their mate's sleep habits, such as snoring or drooling, is annoying to them as well.
Never really dealt with a bad snorer yet,
I did.
I
but
deal
I'm
with that
nervous for
right
that
now.
because that would drive me crazy.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have a bad
I
one.
have a bad one. I sleep with earbuds every night.
Rob's a snorer.
Very loud.
See, I couldn't do
Wow.
that.
And
So is John. I don't know what to do
I
for
have
him.
little
My
earbuds.
ex was. You know what works? Those Breathe Right strips.
Do they
help.
really?
A little bit.
I'm gonna have to get. I mean, usually I'll
Yeah,
like
make
try to
them right. Those
roll
just
them
let 'em
over
work out
onto
your
the
butt.
other side, which will
I'm a
work.
light sleeper, so I don't really mind them because it does just help me like sleep, and they're not that
Yeah.
bad. At first, I was like, I hate these things, but you get used to them, and now I like just have them by my bed every night. I put them in.
Yeah.
They don't really
Sometimes
bother
I like
me.
it, like if they're pissing me off that day, because then like that night when they're snoring, you can just really give them a good elbow or like headbutt.
Or kick or
Like, oh, I'm
something.
sorry, you were
I know.
snoring.
I get in trouble for that all the time.
It seems
too.
to happen worse when they're on their back. So I
Yeah.
kind of like force him over to the other side, and then it kind of subsides a little bit. But it's
It'll
like I
subside,
swear,
but it comes back. That's
it'll
why,
come back
that's
full
why
force.
I use the buds.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the buzz.
It'll come back.
I'm not looking forward to those.
Why? Do you have a snoring boyfriend right now?
No, but I'm saying I'm eventually probably gonna find one.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, more often than not. But it's just so funny. I was laughing that the #1 complaint was that significant others leave the empty TP roll on, but the new toilet paper is right behind them on the toilet. Happens in my house all the time, but I'm not the one doing it.
See, it
You
happens,
do it?
but
Oh my
it's bothering
God.
me.
I'm so bad with that. And they're
Really?
like, I don't know.
Sometimes it's easier just to grab the whole roll than put it back.
Yeah, I
you
know.
should do just like every time you know that the other person's gonna go into the bathroom, take the new toilet paper roll and put it somewhere far away from the toilet, just so that they start putting it on the roll.
You know what I did to John once, actually? I took all the toilet paper, like, it was down to next to nothing. You know how you leave the one sheet? So it was, he went in there and whatever. And then he pulled, and then the one sheet came off. And all the toilet paper that I usually have under the sink was now in the closet across the house.
Yeah, there you go.
And I wasn't home. So I can imagine what he had to do to go and get it. The struggle, the
probably very
anticipation.
He's shaking his head.
Right?
Like,
He's, shaking.
yeah, that
He's
was a
outside
rough
the
day.
studio. He's shaking his head. He knows what he does. But I'll be the first to admit that I have habits too that probably
Yeah,
drive
exactly.
him crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
I mean,
does.
I don't know what they are, but
Me
you
either.
know, and,
I don't think I do.
And I think he's too sweet to tell me, aren't you?
Oh, I
Yeah.
hear about them, so
Yeah.
I know what they are.
Yeah. Always quick to get called out.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
So let's talk about tips how not to let these little quirks get the best of you. Communication is always key. So you could always try just saying, listen, replace the TP. Did you ever see, I think it was Mad About You, there was a scene, I mean, this is a show from years ago. There was a scene where she came out with the empty toilet paper roll and the roll of toilet paper, YouTube it, and she's like, watch me. And then the audience was like, yeah, you know, because everybody could relate to that. And
Yeah.
it seems to be the #1 thing that people do is just leave the empty
I've done
toilet
that.
everything.
With the toilet flushing, like a lot of times he won't flush, like just forget like the pee, you know,
Okay,
like
I know
nothing
it's still
worse.
gross nonetheless.
Or put the seat down. So I'll be like, Evan, come here. And he'll come in, I'll be like, okay, watch this. And I'll be like, see this? And then I'll like push it down, like see what that does. And then I'll be like, now watch this. And I put the seat down, I'm like, no, you try. Come on, try it. And they're like, oh, I get so mad. But he gets better. And I think it's funny.
It's like training a dog.
Yeah, it is.
Steps.
And you gotta like get them right when they're in the middle of doing something, and you have to like call them like, come here, quick.
Yeah, like listen, you have to train men. They don't come out of a box like that.
No,
I
they
mean, you
don't.
have to train them and put work into them. That's
Yeah.
what. Anyway, ladies, just get used to it. Get used to picking up clothes off the floor. But those are a couple of things that you can do based on my own experiences that might help you out. So, final tips. We're almost at the wrap mark. It always goes so fast.
Final tips for
rekindling your spark or not letting pet peeves get the best of you.
Like we said, communication.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Communication.
#1. Takeaway.
communication. Step out of your comfort zone a little bit
Yeah.
and put effort into your relationship if you want to get effort put into it from your
It's
significant
easy to
other.
get comfortable, come home in your sweatpants and hang around. Switch it up. Don't
Maybe leave your work outfit on for a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexier than your sweatpants.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little tighter. It's a little more firm fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple things.
Yeah, and I do have, actually right now since we're wrapping up, my blog is going live right now, which has more detailed tips on our topics for today, so definitely check that out. Next week we're going to be talking about being less frazzled and more connected with your partner, so definitely check back. Go read my blog right now, and I am Jason Galka. Thank you so much for joining us as always. We'll see you next week. We're going to check in with Brittany next week how her living situation is going. See you next time.